Compliance in healthcare is a process, and the process has to start, when you envision your idea or you envision a product. And the process is also very dependent and strategy driven based on what your ideal customer profile is, when you build your healthcare product. Meaning, if you're going after true enterprise clients, then you would have a very different strategy from day one. Versus if you're building a product for a B2C play, as in a mobile app, that's help you, solve for a use case specific to customers or end users, then it'll be a very different compliance strategy. So the process has to start from day one, which basically entails the strategy you're going to take. And if you don't have a strategy from day one, all that means is that at some point in time, you're going to have gaps in the way you've built the software. In the gaps, you're going to sell the software, which is your go-to-market strategy. And then there'll be gaps in the way you raise capital. So example of this would be you're building a enterprise product and you haven't thought through your requirements, whether they're going to be, requirement for a SOC 2 compliance, whether it's going to be a requirement for, in that space for HIPAA or PEPIDA in Canada. If you haven't thought to any of these, as soon as you hit the pavement looking to sell, right out of the box, right, out of the gates, you're going to have customers asking for evidence, for how do you comply. And right there, that's one example where the deal falls through, right? So you spend all this time building and with no idea what the impact is or was going to be when you sell, and your go-to-market strategy immediately drops, right? Second example would be, you're trying to raise capital, right? You're trying to raise capital from a very sophisticated VC, or even, it doesn't matter, how big or small the firm is. But the first thing they ask you is, is your product sellable? And that again, right, hampers your ability to raise capital, right? So those are a few examples. Also, process doesn't mean, or compliance or starting the compliance process doesn't mean you have to build everything right now, right? All that means is you have a plan in place and you have milestones you're hitting. And as long as those milestones cover your base requirements for your compliance, you're good, right? And then over time, there's no limit. You can spend hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars building a fully compliant software, whether it's SOC 2, high trust, whatever that may be. But at least you know at every point in time what your base requirements are, your MVP requirements are for compliance. Like you have MVP for a product feature set, similarly you have an MVP you literally need for your compliance requirements. So that's how I would package it, as why it's so important to think about this as you're building a product versus after or deeper into your selling cycle.